Tonight on KGW News, investigators recover new evidence from the Midair collision just outside Washington, D.C. as the figure skating world mourns the young lives lost.
It's tough, like they're gone. That's what kills me, is these kids.
Plus, new audio takes us on board the Trimet bus where an armed man took control.
There's a guy with a gun. I need police now.
Then, why some Oregon lawmakers want you to scan your ID to buy a bottle, no matter your age. And later, the new survey that indicates Portland's on the rebound.
Yeah, my hope is that things keep on going up.
Though still has a long way to go. Good evening, everyone. David Molko here on this chilly and cloudy Thursday night. Quite a change from 24 hours ago with the rain about to settle in for the coming days, and with that, boosting the chances of snow. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Matt Zapino tracking the change in your first forecast. Hi, Matt.
Hey, David. Yeah, we've already had a little bit of rainfall in the Portland area, so it's back. It's not widespread, it's not steady, it's stopped, but we've had a little bit of rain so far this evening. You may have noticed some wet roadways or sidewalks out by your house, but you see there's more at the coast right now and a lot more behind that hasn't even come into radar range just yet. So the bottom line on this is expect a wet commute tomorrow morning. Temperatures will be above freezing, so no worries there, but it will be wet. And then the rain continues through the day. It'll turn to showers in the afternoon. Rainfall amounts about a half an inch or so most likely for the valley, so decent amount of rain. Much more in the Coast Range and up in the Cascades. So valley rain and mountain snow will be increasing overnight tonight. We're going to get heavy snow in the Cascades, and the travel up into the mountains, especially Saturday morning when a lot of people are going to want to go skiing and enjoy the new snow, is going to be tough. There's going to be a lot of new snow down to low elevations, about 1,000 feet. Valley snow showers, rain showers, most likely no accumulations on the valley floor, but up in the hills above 500 feet, it will get slippery. So let's break this down by elevation. Above 2,000 feet, 2 to 3 feet of new snow through the weekend. In the hills above 500 feet, including the West Hills of Portland, Sunset Summit, Burnside Summit, up above the zoo, up by Mount Scott, typical locations, 1 to 3 inches there. So those roads will get slippery up in the hills, and sea level to 500 feet, just a rain snow mix, not sticking. Although we will get some freezing temperatures later next week, could cause some icy spots in the mornings. We'll talk about more on all of this, David, in a bit. Back to you.
Yeah, a lot to keep an eye on. Thanks, Matt. See you in a few. Investigators have now recovered the cockpit voice recorder and flight data recorder, the so-called black boxes, from the passenger jet that collided with an Army helicopter over the Potomac River near Washington, D.C. The devices are now inside the NTSB's lab, with investigators hoping to make some of those contents public as soon as tomorrow. Meanwhile, a preliminary report by the FAA indicates that air traffic control staffing at the time of the crash was, quote, not normal, with one person directing both planes and helicopters in one of the most restricted and busy airspaces in the country. Analysts indicating, though, that was not necessarily unusual for that tower. The NTSB saying they are looking at absolutely everything.
If we find something that is a significant issue that warrants immediate action, we will not hesitate to make those recommendations and make them public.
And they have done that in the past. American Airlines, which operated the jet similar to this, says the plane was on final approach to Reagan National when the military chopper flew into its path. That video there. All 67 people on board both aircraft are presumed dead, and so far, at least 28 bodies have been pulled from the icy waters. While a full list of passenger names has not yet been released, among those presumed dead, a group of promising young figure skaters who were flying back from a highly selective training camp in Wichita. The Skating Club of Boston had 6 of their own on board, including the skaters who are 13 and 16 years old.
It's tough, like they're gone. That's what kills me, is these kids. Because I work with kids all day long. It's just one of those things where you don't want to see anyone go through this.
We lost family members today. The Skating Club of Boston is a big family, and even though we all have different coaches, for us they feel like second parents.
They added the crash was not simply a devastating loss to the club, but to the future of skating as a whole. Back in the Northwest tonight, new audio from dispatchers is giving us an idea of what it was like on board a Trimet bus when an armed man hijacked it, authorities say, and told the operator to drive. John Adams has the update.
Hello? Northwest Gilson and 3rd. There's a guy with a gun. I need police now.
Chilling audio between Trimet drivers and dispatchers details the tense moments that happened in Old Town Wednesday afternoon.
408, secure the bus. Have everybody get down, please.
He's telling me he's coming on the bus. He's standing right beside me. Everybody's getting off my bus out the back door.
You can hear the driver trying to calm the man down while passengers escaped.
You're okay, man. Okay. You're okay, buddy. Yeah. You're okay, I promise. Can you put that down for me?
Portland police say the suspect, Hosea Chambers, told the operator to drive the bus around Old Town.
He's telling me I can't stop. And oh, Jesus. This is. Oh, hey, buddy.
The driver was eventually able to get off the bus safely. Chambers was arrested after an hours-long standoff with Portland police and was in court on Thursday afternoon. The president of the union representing Trimet drivers says dangerous incidents like this have become far too common.
There's a lot of fear. I mean, we have a lot of mentally ill folks out on the streets. A lot are self-diagnosing, self-prescribing their own medications, and it's making our job much difficult.
Hansen commended the driver for his bravery, which allowed everyone to escape without getting hurt.
John Adams, KGW News.
Just glad no one was hurt there. To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now, Salem police say they found the body of a murder victim in the wreckage of a crashed car. The vehicle rolled over on Corvallis Road south of Independence Monday morning, and the driver, identified as Tyler Holman, was taken to the hospital. Deputies say it does not appear the woman they found dead in the vehicle was killed in that accident. Instead, they believe her body was being moved. The medical examiner has identified the victim as Holman's ex-girlfriend, Ashley Gandolfi, and found she had been shot to death. Holman was released from the hospital and is now in jail facing murder charges. Newly released video shows two fugitives trying to ram their way out of an arrest. This was in a grocery store parking lot in Terrebonne in Central Oregon. Deschutes sheriff's deputies have them surrounded when the driver all of a sudden spins his wheels trying to force his way out. You see it there inside the truck there. Deputies say were two people with felony warrants who'd been involved in several dangerous car chases over the last few weeks. This ended with the two suspects in custody. And in Oregon City, it could now take a few days to fully extinguish a fire at the Old Blue Heron paper mill. The fire sparked before 4 this morning with dozens of crews responding to control the flames. The mill there has been vacant since 2011, and demolition crews have slowly been dismantling it over the last couple of years. Blackman's Fire says no one was injured, and there is no word yet on a cause. New at 11, a new survey of voters in the Portland Metro found fewer people think we are on the wrong track when compared with years past. Catherine Cook is here to break down the trends. And Catherine, sorry for the skepticism here, but I cannot imagine it is all good news here.
And you're right. Right out the gate, David, homelessness is still the biggest issue according to the survey. And maybe not surprising, frustration over the cost of living. But there are indications that some areas are improving.
Portland Perspective. The latest poll by the Portland Metro Chamber offers a slice of it. Every December, they team up with DHM Research to conduct a hybrid survey to get a pulse on voters' top priorities. They heard from 700 people, 300 in Portland and 400 from Clackamas, Multnomah, and Washington counties. This past year, 36% of them said the county they live in is on the wrong track. But 3 years ago, 62% felt that way.
36% is not a particularly great number historically, but coming from where we were to finally start to see some improvements is worth calling out. It's notable.
John Horwick is Senior Vice President at DHM Research. He noted several recovery points in the survey from extreme lows in recent years. Take homelessness. 35% of those polled said it's the most pressing issue. That's down from 40% in 2023, but it still tops all other concerns.
Right behind that are things like housing affordability, crime and public safety, cost of living.
We spoke with a few people at random, and their opinions seem to reflect the larger sample.
They just need to work on the homeless situation, and everything's getting higher, but not pay wages.
I think one thing that definitely needs to change is the housing prices and just like accessibility to housing as well.
Kay Floyd works downtown. She's noticed big changes here in recent months, especially around the holidays. The survey found overall visitation is up over last year. 2/3 of voters said they visited downtown at least once in the past month. That's up from half of voters in 2023.
I think people in general are feeling a lot safer. We had so many families come down during the holidays. The park was transformed into a snow day village. We had snowfalls, we had fire pits, and just hope we keep going up.
If this survey is any indication, so do a lot of people.
We still have a long way to go, and we can move in a positive direction.
And something else the survey noted, and this goes along with concern over cost of living, voters are hesitant to say yes to additional taxes. Instead, they're more willing to trim certain services before paying more, though the survey did not specify which services or how much in taxes. David.
Devil is always in the details. Thanks, Catherine.